At Great Vacs, we've serviced nearly 100,000 Kirby vacuum cleaners, and a question that we get asked quite a bit from our customers is, why isn't my Kirby vacuum turning on? So today we're going to do a quick little video to show you how to troubleshoot your Kirby to get it to turn on. Before we get into it though, let's make sure that the vacuum is unplugged, and while we're troubleshooting this, we pay attention to everything and make sure we're being safe. So let's get into it, guys. Alright guys, so let's get into this. So before we start, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, or you feel like you might need a little bit more information or anything like that to do this, go ahead and send us an email at service@greatvacs.com, and we can give you some more pointers, or even have you send the vacuum into us and we can troubleshoot it or fix it for you. Alright, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check the safety switches. So in order for your Kirby vacuum to turn on, you have two safety switches that need to be engaged before it'll actually turn on. And that's typically the problem that we see if a vacuum doesn't want to turn on, is one of the two safety switches, or sometimes both, they're not engaged properly, and that's why the vacuum doesn't want to turn on. So the first thing you're going to want to check, there's a safety switch behind the power nozzle head piece here, and I'm going to show you how to get to that. So you're going to want to release your belt, and then you're going to want to release the little latch here, and then take the head off. Now, here's your safety switch. It's on the front of the vacuum right here. This actually pushes in, and to get that to be engaged, you have to put the head on, and then there's this little tab that sticks out of the head. It sticks out about a ½ inch past the head here. So if your tab doesn't stick out about that much, or it has a really jagged, hard, broken edge, then that tab's probably broken and it's not going to engage that piece. So if that's the problem, then let us know and we can get you a new power head replacement, and then it should work for you. But what you need to do is you need to make sure the head is attached properly in order for it to engage that switch. So if that tab's not broken, then let's just make sure the head is installed properly. So what you're going to want to do is, you've got this bar that runs across the front right here, and you've got these two little hooks on the back of the head here. Those need to hook on that bar. So a good piece of advice is raise the height of the vacuum all the way. So you have the foot pedal on the side here. Raise it up all the way, and it makes it a lot easier to put this head on. So again, make sure the hooks are latched onto that bar, and then you can secure the latch here, make sure the belt's installed, and then put your cover back down. And when you'll see that the head should only have just a slight, like maybe 1 to 2 millimeter gap right here. And if that's all you have, the head should be installed properly. The next safety switch is going to be on the bag right here. So if you take the bag off, just twist the bag counterclockwise and it'll come right off. There's a switch down in here. It's really hard to see, so we'll just include a up-close photo of it in the video. But there's a little switch, a little black switch that you'll see down in here, and it actually has to be pushed this way in order to engage the safety switch, which the bag does for you. So there's a little tab right here on the bag as well, and when the bag's installed properly, it presses that safety switch forward and engages that safety switch. So to make sure your bag's installed properly, you're going to see these brass little tabs sticking out right here. There's 3 of them. There's 1, 2, and then there's 1 back here. There's also 3 slots inside the bag that line up with these tabs. Once you line those up, then you twist the bag into place. So go ahead and set the bag down. Now you'll know when it's lined up because the bag won't want to twist at all if those tabs aren't lined up. So set the bag down. I usually twist the bag counterclockwise a little bit before I set it down on here, and that's usually where you're going to wind up lining those pins. So line the pins up and then twist the bag clockwise, and twist it towards the vacuum clockwise until you feel it kind of stop, and you'll feel it lock into place, and that's when you know that's engaged. And again, just like the head, if any of these tabs are broken right here, it's not going to engage the switch, and then your vacuum's not going to turn on. So check these out, make sure they're all good to go. And then when you lock the bag into place, you'll feel it lock into place, and if you ever notice that it locks, like kind of pops out of place too easily, that could also be the problem. You might pop the bag on just right, and then you go to use the vacuum, and when you're pushing the vacuum back and forth, the bag might pop out of place. So if that's the case, then there's probably a worn out part somewhere in this bag area. And if that's the problem, then just send us an email, maybe send us a picture of the inside of the bag right here and a picture of this area, and we'll be able to troubleshoot that for you too. And we'll be able to either send you a new bag part or some new pieces for the vacuum, and then you should be all squared away and good to go. One last thing, if you've checked your safety switches and those all work and it's still not turning on, another thing is to check the power cord. Take the power cord, unwind it from the vacuum, and just kind of wiggle it around, and then try to turn the vacuum on at the same time while you're wiggling parts of the power cord around. If the vacuum winds up turning on, then you probably have a short in the power cord. Especially if you wiggle the cord, it turns on, and then you wiggle the cord again and it doesn't want to turn on. There's probably a short in the power cord. And again, if that happens, just send us an email, service@greatvacs.com, and we can get y'all squared away with a new cord or anything else that you might need for your vacuum. Did you guys know Kirby vacuums are ranked #1 most dependable vacuum cleaner by Consumer Reports and rated #1 for pet hair and allergy pickup? To learn more about Kirby vacuum cleaners, click the link below to see a cool video which Kirby vacuum is the best model. And don't forget, guys, at Great Vacs, we've serviced and rebuilt nearly 100,000 Kirby vacuum cleaners. So if you have any questions or comments about Kirby vacuums, leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.